From the bright lights of New York City straight to your living room, the Octagon takes center stage. V-Chain UFC 322 brings Islam Makhachev versus Jack Del Maddalena in a clash of champions. And DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC, puts every kick, clinch, and finish in the palm of your hand. New customers, turn $5 into $300 instantly if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the code SONNEN. Stay in on the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Love the thrill of live betting? Bet live on star, player props, and in-progress games right as they happen. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers turn $5 into $300 instantly in bonus bets if your pick wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Official prediction. Let me show you guys something, by the way. Let me show you something. It's very hard to get a view in New York. You guys see that? Is that beautiful? Do you see that and think that's beautiful, or do you say, "Oh, what a jerk, he's showing off his view"? Because I don't mean it from that perspective, but it's very uncommon to get a view in New York. You get the big window, you'll open it up, but New York is building on top of building. So usually, in my experience in club, I'm in a new room now. I've been out here for a week. They switched me hotels. I went from the W to the Westin, or vice versa. So, but generally, you'd open your window and you just see brick. You just see another building. Not only do you just see nothing but brick, it's right in front of you. And in all the times, I've never seen a girl undressing. No, you think that you would, like in the movies. I'm telling you, man, all the times, all the open windows, all the people that I've watched having dinner, washing clothing, never a naked girl. Can you believe that? All right. My official prediction. Weili versus the Bullet. I want to be able to enjoy this fight. There's history on this fight potentially. The much bigger history is if the Bullet loses, which I just don't think is going to happen. The Bullet is awesome. But one thing that we saw in the Grasso fight, and it wasn't supposed to happen, history says Grasso wins their last fight. That's what history says. And not only did Grasso not win, she got absolutely dominated. I mean, it was competitive and it was really hard, but it was round after round after round after minute after minute after minute. It was just bullet, which is not supposed to go that way. But I'm telling you, the Bullet's still hungry. That's my point. The Bullet's still getting better. That's my point. And Weili, I don't know very well. Her reputation's incredible. Like Henry Cejudo and Aljo Sterling and just people that see her in the gym. People that will just see her and watch her train will come back and go, "Hey man, she's great. She works really hard. She trains really hard. She's got a great attitude." But Weili's biggest strength is her strength. Bopo was explaining this to me about a guy on The Ultimate Fighter, but this is exactly what he said to me. He goes, "Chael, his biggest strength is his strength, his muscle, his power. Weili, at least in theory, is giving a lot of that up. At least in theory. It's kind of important that she cut weight. You get masters of the weight cut. I had a teammate, rest his soul, named Kenny Cox, but he was the master of the weight cut. So he was actually able to use that as an advantage. He knew more about cutting weight and had ability to do it and then put size back on to where he would go get on the mat 8, 10, 12 pounds where it was an actual advantage. And Weili had that at 115 pounds. You guys will always hear about a reach advantage and you'll hear about an age advantage. The one that never gets talked about, but it's the most relevant in the fight game, is height. It is the single most relevant if you wanted to go back and trace the history of this sport or the history of boxing. To be in certain weight classes, you have to be a certain height. If you're too short for the weight class, it doesn't work out. And I know you're all going to give me the example of Mike Tyson. I got it, but give me another one, right? Any weight class. Give me a second example. So that's the thing with Weili is even if she puts on some size, gets up to 125, they talk about how big she is at 115. I don't suggest for you on fight night that Weili is going to weigh less than the Bullet. Weili and the Bullet are both going to weigh about 133 to 135 pounds on fight night. I'm not suggesting that Weili's not big enough for the Bullet. They're the same thing. What I'm suggesting is Weili historically has been able to be that 135, taken on someone else that's about 126. And all of a sudden, 9 pounds represents 7.5% of body weight when you're down at that size. It's very relevant. I just think Weili's giving that up, and I don't know her skills. I don't know how good she is. I know she's tough. I know she's big. I know she's strong. I know she's got a big heart. But the Bullet is a technician. The Bullet is a martial arts expert. The Bullet understands wrestling. She understands jiu-jitsu. She understands Muay Thai. She understands boxing. She understands range. She understands distance. The Bullet is one of, in all fairness, single greatest mind that the sport of MMA has is Dominic Cruz. The single highest IQ that can see the sport in a higher level. I would follow that by, I would put Kenny Florian at number 2 to just be able to see the sport and understand it on a higher level. But the Bullet's right there. I mean, if we're going the chauvinistic approach and we just give guys, but if we're starting to bring, the Bullet knows mixed martial arts. She really does. And that's just not a compliment yet that I can give Weili. My official prediction, Valentina Shevchenko, and still